What is up, guys? Welcome. How's everybody doing today? Sorry, no camera today. We're going to focus on the charts. We got some big things going on today. Hope you guys stay tuned. Make sure you guys slap that like. No confusion today. Got the one screen running today. We're going to keep it simple, but we're just going to get back to the nitty gritty and let's talk about some charts. Everything that we have going on, some big news, like I said, big things that are going on for Solana. Why is Solana pumping like crazy today? We got a lot of things. The markets finally came alive. Let's get into this, guys. So what's going on, Jay? Philly, Owen, Larry, Fajirio. Feel like I haven't seen you in a while. Flip, you're my boy. What's going on, Gina? What is going on? Grabbing a cold beer. You know what? Today, I went 3 days, guys. 3 days. Without drinking. I am sipping on a strawberry White Claw. So this video is brought to you by White Claw. Just kidding. It's not brought to you. They're not paying me. You know it's twisted tea or it's no tea, right? That's how you run it. But let's jump in here, guys. Let's do this. So welcome. Hope you guys are having a great week. It is Thursday. We're almost finished with the week. Let's get right into it. So right now, first things first, wanted to jump in Solana. Solana is absolutely ripping today, guys. Absolutely ripping. And I told you guys that I personally had been buying in Solana right when we dropped below this this spot right here, which was basically a good support level. We did bounce off of it one good time above the 200-day. When we broke the second time, definitely took advantage of it and was picking up some Solana. I really wish that I would have picked up a hell of a lot more. And I didn't, because I was anticipating. I was a little bearish last week, right? I mean, I was a little bearish. And, you know, and I told you guys, it wasn't me trying to be overly bearish. I just wanted everybody to be prepared for, you know, the moves that we had in front of us. You know, this started off when we were, like, up here. I was like, guys, listen, I think we're going to continue to move down. And we did, right? We did continue to move down. But, you know, didn't map out the exact bottom. I honestly thought for, like, Bitcoin particularly that we were going to drop. We actually dropped down. So my first calling was around 59. If you guys remember, like a week, maybe a little over a week, I called 59. We broke that 59, and I was honestly saying, all right, you know what? Most likely we're going to come down to that 57.9. That's most likely going to be the next spot because we already had that mapped out as a big spot for some support. On top of that, we have the 200-day moving average. That was right here, right below that 57.9. That I was like, it's most likely if this is going to be a big drop, it's going to come down to this level right here, most likely, before we find some good solid support and we see that V-shaped recovery. Well, you know, we did, like I said, we dropped down towards, and this is for Bitcoin, 58.4, around that area. We did recover somewhat. We are holding a lot of those that recovery, but I won't say that we're necessarily out of the woods yet, right, guys? Don't fire up your victory cigar. Don't start telling me that Bitcoin's going to 300 grand again. Not yet. Sit down, buddy. Relax. You know, things can change very easily, right? But we're going to stay bullish right now. And you guys already know, even if I was bearish this last week, short-term bearish, long-term, very, very bullish. And you guys already know that. I made myself very clear with all that. So let's zoom out because I have the damn chart zoomed in at the 5-minute. But you guys can see, looking at, like I said, we dropped down almost to our 200. Didn't necessarily touch that, but we are at a pivotal spot for Bitcoin. We did break above, and I was like, all right, nice. But we have not found that support above this 61.6 right here. This is a big spot for some resistance / support. Obviously, right now, we are below it, so it's going to keep it as some resistance for now. On the 2-hour, we are bouncing on that 20-day moving average, 20-day SMA, but we are in between the 50-day craziness right now. That's why we're pretty much chopping right now in a very tight range. Who's going to win, the 20 or the 50? Who knows? I do think right now we've seen a lot of bearishness in the market for the last week or two. I really do. It just feels like we're back to this like kind of a bullish kind of environment again, right? Whether it be short-lived or not, it feels bullish. So if I had to bet, I would say we're most likely going to continue on our way up. Now, I don't think we're necessarily just running straight up to 70K, but I do think we're going to probably break above this 61.6 right here and probably find it as some support, and then we'll take it from there. So let's see here. Make sure you guys are slapping those likes. We only got 6 likes, guys. Come on. About to cancel the show, bro. Come on. Red Rum Milady. Yes, we're going to pull that up right now. Mr. Val said, let's go. Thanks for all the updates. Awesome channel. I appreciate that, bro. Vajerio said he's been busy. A lot of things taken care of. I hear you, man. Take care of yourself, bro. Take care of the fam. We'll always be here, right? We will always be here. So getting back to Solana. So we did see, obviously, Bitcoin did that drop. Solana did pretty much the same thing. Let me get rid of this little trend line. Solana dropped all the way down to about 121. We'll call it 122, right? We'll call it 122. Honestly, was a beautiful spot if you guys were able to catch that. I didn't catch the 122 exactly, but you better believe I was buying whole Solanas, multiple Solanas around that 124 and under, just picking up Solanas. Remember, I told you guys I had sold off on my Solana that I was holding on to, was around, I would say probably right before we dropped it, around 170. It's about where I basically traded it in, converted it over to USDC, with the anticipation that we were going to have somewhat of a drop. And then obviously my plan was to just basically put everything right back into Solana and accumulate more Solana, because the long term, very, very bullish on Solana. You guys already know. Obviously we have our NFK token that is built on Solana. So if I wasn't bullish on Solana, why the hell would I build a token on the best network I think that's out, right? Now, let's look at the crypto bubbles for today. Look at the bubbles for today. We are solid green across the board. Fetch and Singularity, which is crazy because these are two AI projects that are down now. I think, and I can probably look it up, but I think there's a reason why. I know Fetch and I don't know if it's Singularity, but Fetch and a few other projects are merging together to just basically have one token or one coin. I don't remember when it's supposed to take effect, but it might be already, might be going in or very soon, and that's why you're seeing somewhat of a little sell-off with Fetch. That's what I'm speculating. I don't really know for a fact. I haven't really looked up as far as what's going on and why Fetch and Singularity, two AI projects, are one of the only projects that are down today. Obviously, we have Ondo. Pendle's been down a little bit, just running down for a while here, and then Lido is obviously down as well. But looking at everything else, Book of Meme up 16%, BONK 11%. You can see AVAX is up, Crow's up. I'm sure we're going to check out Crow projects, and they're probably doing good. Jupiter's up like crazy, and that's because of Solana. Now, let's see here. Let's pull up, we'll pull up Milady real quick, because I know a lot of people want to look at Milady, and then we're going to pull up why Solana's doing really well. So right now, Milady particularly, not too bad. You can see she did run up. She's obviously been coming down just like everything else. She broke below the 200-day moving average, and she is still technically sitting below the 200-day right now. I was expecting to see her up a little bit more, but for whatever reason, she looks like she's still kind of struggling to really start running. Nice W pattern that's kind of formed, but we did have a W pattern right here, and it broke to the downside, which is very odd. You normally don't see that, so I don't really believe too much into this W pattern right here. I'm thinking that Milady right now is just basically going to be in some kind of a consolidation, kind of a spot where it's sitting in the back corner right now, waiting for its next move. To be honest with you, right? So if anything, right now a lot of projects are on the up and moving. So Milady is not like she's still stuck, because she dropped all the way down to 12.5 right here. If you really map out from where we had dropped from the bottom to where we're at right now, she technically is up 15%, right? So, I mean, it's not like she's not doing anything and she's hanging down at the bottom that she just formed. She's up. She's up 15% since yesterday, but she's not performing, I guess you would say, as much as you would think a lot of these other projects. Technically, when you look at our watch list right here, and you're looking at the actual, the percent of what these projects are up, Solana's up 9.5%. Milady's up over 6%. Right? So, I mean, Solana's not doing, Milady's not doing terrible. She really is not. Obviously, the chart doesn't look as bullish as, like, Solana is particularly right now, but we're going to cover why Solana, in particularly, is doing a little bit better than a lot of most projects for right now. So, make sure you guys slap that like, and let's just jump right in here. Red Rum, don't give me them sad eyes, bro. You're good, man. Just keep accumulating, bro. Just keep accumulating. You're going to be good. All right, so let's see here. So looked like VanEck. We actually been talking about this. So VanEck files for Solana ETF. Solana rises 8%. So the filing in the first Solana ETF is to be filed in the US and follows 6 days after a similar product filing in Canada. And you know what? If this was like, let's just say the ETF, the Ethereum ETF didn't happen, right? Obviously, we're not live yet, but we know we're about to be going live on the ETF for Ethereum here in the next week. Most likely, I think it's planned for like July the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. But what I'm getting to is, let's just say that never happened, right? And we only had our Bitcoin ETF in the States, right? I would say this is a long shot. They approved Bitcoin, but Solana, it's gonna take some time, right? Now let's throw in the ETF that just got approved for Ethereum. How it really didn't have any bumps in the road. It just basically, they filed, it got approved, right? Now you're looking at the Solana Ethereum and you're like, this probably can happen, and it can probably happen soon, guys. I really do think this can happen soon. Is it going to be as easy as Ethereum? Maybe not, right? Ethereum has tried multiple times to get their ETF in the past. It hasn't been approved, right? This is, I think, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is probably one of the first major, big companies, or whatever you want to call them, hedge funds, or whatever you want to call these people that are filing for these ETFs. This is probably one of the first ones that's happened, right? Can this get approved? I honestly do think that we could see an approval for Solana ETF here soon. I really do think, given what we saw with Ethereum's ETF. So Solana has jumped almost 8% since the filing went live. The filing is the first Solana ETF registered in the U.S. There we go. It answered my own question. That's what I was saying. I'm pretty sure I've never heard of anybody as of now that is really, anyone that's credible, that's really put forth, effort to try to get a Solana ETF approved. They've done it for Bitcoin, obviously, for years. They've done it also for Ethereum, right? So asset manager, that's what you call them, asset managers, right? Asset manager VanEck filed to sell shares in the Solana exchange traded fund ETF, the first such registration in the U.S. just 6 days after the 3iQ filed for a similar product in Canada. Fun fact, Canada already has a Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. The S1 registration form lodged with the Security and Exchange Commission, the SEC, helped lift the Solana token 24-hour gain to almost 8%. Let's see here. The CoinDesk 20 index, a measure of the broader crypto market, has added 1.8%. FedEx has been known to be a first mover in this space. The asset manager was the first to file for a spot Ethereum ETF back in 2021, almost 3 years before the SEC began to engage with issuers that now include BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest, and others. An additional filings was lodged in September of last year. We believe the native token Solana functions similarly to other digital commodities such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's see here. Sorry, my damn screen moved. Let's see here. So it looks like Matthew Siegel wrote on the post on X, arguing that Sol is a commodity, not a security. It is utilized to pay for transaction fees and communal services on the blockchain. Exactly. Siegel added that the VanEck filed for the Solana ETF because the blockchain acts as a competitor to Ethereum with a unique combination of scalability, speed, and low costs. Now, let's put a pause. This, honestly, when they're saying this could possibly, I'm not going to say it will hurt Ethereum, right? But this really is going to stick it to Ethereum as well, because Ethereum's finally about to get their ETF, right? And then if Solana gets an ETF like a week later, a month later, it's going to be like, damn, what really separates the two? Maybe Ethereum has a little bit more built off of its ecosystem because it has been around for a lot longer than Solana. But if you really think about it, the fees and everything else that's on Solana, kind of outweigh all that stuff. So I'm just saying, it's going to be a big competition between Solana and Ethereum if and when this Solana ETF actually gets approved. So we'll have to see how this goes. So the SEC approved the first spot Bitcoin we already know, while Ether appears to be on the near horizon. Analysts are predicting that Ethereum's ETF would lure $5 billion in net inflows in the first 5 months. Several experts have said that in an Ethereum ETF, if the Ethereum ETF is approved, the next coin to be packaged into such a fund would be Solana, which I called that too as well, because its similarities to the second largest cryptocurrency classify it as a commodity. They suggested, however, that serious conversations around such a product wouldn't start until 2025. And that's what I was saying. If you told me this was if you told me this story, maybe like last month, 2 months ago, I'd be like, bro, it is gonna happen, but it's gonna take a while. But yeah, it'll I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. But now that we've seen the Ethereum and everything that's going on with Ethereum and the ETF, and it already's been approved, and it looked like it was just smooth sailings. I think this Solana ETF is going to probably it might not be tomorrow or next month, but I think it's going to be in the soon foreseeable future is what I think. So Larry said, "Ladies is trying to break." Is she? Let's zoom in and see. Not yet, bro. Not yet. She'll have her time. She's really swinging, though, bro. Look at this. Just swinging. I didn't mean anything by that, but just literally, she is swinging. We're zoomed in on the 5 minute, and you can see she is literally... See, now, the one thing that, so if you look back here, Larry, this, if you can see, I know it's green on the screen as well, but this green line is our 200-day moving average. This is not our SMA. This is the actual 200-day moving average for the whole chart of ladies, right? And you can see it was bouncing on the 200-day, right? But then it broke below, and you can see now it's struggling to kind of stay above the 200 and find that support. So I don't think that it's necessarily, it's nothing to be worried about, but at the same time, until we break and find that support above the 200-day, like it looked like we were doing right here, right? You saw it found that support, it bounced, right? It got rejected, but you can see that's what we're looking for, is that kind of bounce off the 200, and I think we're going to start moving up. Also, the market's going to need to continue to stay where it's at or continue to move as far as Bitcoin. So Gene said call skyrocketed. I know. Dude, I can't read today for some whatever reason. Yeah, we're going to jump into call. Call is freaking moving right now. Let's just jump into some DeFi. Art said, "What happened to your face, bro? It's not on the screen right now." I said it in the beginning of the stream. I was like, you know what? Today we're not going to do a camera. It's a bad hair day. All right, bro? You have to make me say it's a bad hair day. All right, dude? I didn't want to put a hat on. My freaking hair. I'm just kidding. You guys know I have like curly ass hair, so yeah. Old, what's going on, bro? Let's see here. Think we need Larry said, ladies trying to break. I think we need 15.3. We need 14.3. We need to break. We need to get above this 200A, which is the 14.3. Troy said, well, apparently I'm not a member again. That was quick. Well, you got to remember, bro, it's monthly. It should have popped up and asked you, hey, Troy, do you want to continue your membership for $5? I don't know if it popped up, but remember, you were having issues with becoming a member, and now, damn it, bro, now you're gonna have to wait for somebody to gift you a membership, or you can get on a computer, dude. Gina said, do you think we should invest in ETFs? Gina, I say no. Leave the ETFs for all the stock market people. If you want to buy in on Ethereum or Bitcoin or Solana, Gina, you have the pleasures of knowing how to buy all that stuff. You can buy it directly. Why would you want to buy a something like that's an ETF that's traded off of the project, right? It mimics the price of it, but you're not actually physically holding the coin or the token, right? You want to buy directly, if it's through a central exchange or through DeFi. Obviously, we encourage DeFi. You want to buy directly off of there and hold it in your DeFi wallet or cold storage or wherever you hold your tokens, right, or your coins. You want to physically have it, though. You don't want to leave the ETFs. That's for people that are don't want to directly buy into the crypto market, but they still want a piece of the pie, right? So you're better than that. Gene said holding 100 billion call average cost. Nice. Let's pull up call. Oh, look what we have here. NFK. Look at NFK. NFK starting to bounce. We're up 23.45% in the last 24 hours. Hopefully we bottomed out and we are running. We did break out of the trend, and I told you guys once we break out of this trend, that's when we can start seeing some nice moves. Now, it isn't coincidental that we broke out. Solana obviously is broken out as well. And I told you guys, if Solana starts breaking out, when Solana starts breaking out, you're going to start seeing our numbers changing. Like our liquidity is going to start moving up fast and our market cap is going to start moving up fast. We necessarily don't even need really big sales. It's really just going to be because 100% of our liquidity, that $20,000, and our market cap, that $33,000, is all in Solana, right? It's all based in Solana. So when Solana moves up, NFK is going to move up, right? Obviously, that's with people buying in as well, but it's going to help us basically move up very quick when Solana is moving up. If Solana was dumping right now and we were seeing big buy-ins on NFK, believe it or not, our numbers would be coming down. I know it's crazy to think, but our numbers would be coming down because Solana is going down, and that's what when you buy in on NFK, you're swapping Solana over, right? So if the price is continuously moving down, that means our liquidity is going to come down with it, and same with the market cap. So it's good to see that Solana is up and running. That's only going to be nothing but a plus for NFK. And if you are new here and you're looking to buy in on a hidden gems, NFK, No FUD Koala is our native token for the channel. Right now, we are in a beautiful buy zone. Check it out on Solana, traded on Radium and Jupiter. Now let's pull up a couple of these projects. Crab, what the beep? Crab, what the? Am I seeing this correctly? Crab's up 29%. Oh yeah, I don't know. You guys know, like, we supported this project, and I know a lot of you guys, not a lot, but some of you guys are still holding, so we'll definitely still cover it. But we were supporting the hell out of this project, and then it just literally, like, it fell into the abyss, and it really just stayed down there for a while. But, definitely even right now, if something's going on now, I will tell you this, just like I just explained how NFK is doing good, right? Solana's doing good. Our token is paired with Solana. Well, what is Crab's token paired with? Call, right? So is it not coincidental that Crab is up because Call is up? Call's doing really well right now, right? And she broke out. She actually finally broke out of this trend that we were having where she was running up and then you see the trend line down, running up, trend line down, right? She finally broke out of that like cycle pattern that she was in, and she's starting to look really, really beefy right now, right? Looking good. Finally broke. She was hovering around that $50 million market cap. Now she is up at 71 million. And this is what I always tell you guys, even like for NFK, I don't mean to keep bringing it up, but you're going to go through these times where, it gets boring for a little while. Maybe you're seeing the price action coming down. It is what it is. But eventually, if the project's legit, right, and you got stuff going on in the back end, you're going to see eventually the project's going to move. Shout out to Call. They just got listed, or they're in the mix of getting listed on another exchange, if I'm not mistaken, right? So they released that in their Discord, and you can see the words out. It's all on Twitter as well, and you can see the positive reaction that we're having for a Call. I think, and I would honestly bet that 80% of the money that's coming into Call is people that probably sold out when they were bored as hell right here, right? And now they're all buying back in because something new just happened with Call, and it's basically, now it's up and running, right? Yes, thank you so much, Art. Gate.io. So that's awesome for them. Shout out to for Call, or not for Call, but shout out to Call, for getting on to another exchange. That's definitely the goals that we have for NFK as well down the pipeline. You have to remember, Call's been out for a lot longer than we have, and they've just been killing it. They really have. They've been killing it, but everybody has their time in the sun, right? Everybody has their time in the sun, and we'll be there. I mean, we already had our time, and we're gonna get right back in there. We're lounging, but we're slowly starting to come back alive, just like call. So hell yeah, shout out to everybody. I know a lot of people are still holding on to call on the channel, so definitely looking good. Now, what are some levels that we can actually look for? Let me pull up the call on VVS. So what are some levels that we can look for? Well, let's map out real quick for call. I want to see where is the where are we at right now, and how far is it from the all-time high? So we're about 62, almost 63% away from all-time high. So really not far. Really not far. You can see almost like a bowl pattern that's formed, right? So, I mean, it doesn't look bad at all. I think for right now, is if they can keep the hype up for this new listing, they're going to continue to have, the volume's going to continue to do really well. You're going to see, a lot of good price action. But you guys know how it is. You know how we all are. It's like, this is great. In a week from now, it might die off again, and you might start seeing some more, just boringness come back. Now, I say that, but it feels like the markets are picking up as well, right? So you have to throw that into consideration. Crow, which call is paired with Crow, is actually not doing bad today. It's up 3.4%. So that's going to always help call as well. So what I'm getting to, guys, is you guys have been through this cycle already, right? If you're in call and you're in the green, I'm not telling you by no means right now to sell off or anything like that. I'm just saying, if we continue on a nice run and we're running up like crazy, have a good exit strategy. Take your freaking profits, secure the bag. All right, guys? I'm not saying do that right now or anything. I'm just saying, if we start running and we start breaking all-time highs and we're going, you need to really figure out, or you're going to, unless you're good with riding it up and riding it down, no diddy on that one. Because, you know that it's inevitable, right? Now, we might run up, depending on how high we run up on call. Maybe if the run down might find support at this previous all-time high, which we'll map. Let's put on the map so we already know what we're waiting for, right? If this thing runs up, let's say it runs up like crazy, you don't take profits, it's going to probably come back down most likely and most likely have support at its previous all-time high, right? So I'm just giving out scenarios just so you can be prepared. So what's going on, Adam? Manny, what's going on? Ricky said, glad I doubled down on call. Hell yeah, nice move right there. Let's see here. Jay's in the house. Yeah, so, call doesn't look bad. Let's look at Cronos right now. So, yeah, you can see the whole Cronos ecosystem is not doing bad at all. You have call up 24%. Mary is up 26%. Let's see here. Moonflow 10%. And then everything else is pretty much at like 2 or 3%. But you can see everything is pretty much in the green for today. And it's to be expected when you have Cronos, whatever the native token is running, you're going to see the ecosystem start running as well. It's just inevitable. Tim said, do you think tonight's debate will have an effect on crypto short term? Oh, thank you for reminding me. I think I dropped a new emoji on here. If you remember, drop those Biden emojis. And thank you for reminding me, Tim. Let's get a poll going. All right, I just dropped a poll. Now remember, we're not going to get political. This is just for just for fun, all right? So we're not getting political at all whatsoever. But make sure you guys drop that I want to see. I really do. Honestly want to see what you guys think. Who's going to win the debate tonight, Biden or Trump? Now, Tim said, do you think tonight's debate will have an effect on crypto short term? Possibly, right? You know, anything, especially if Trump or Biden say like, oh, if I get elected, I'm taking down Bitcoin. That might scare people off, right? I don't think anybody in their right mind will say something like that, but something like that could affect the market short term, right? Now, if you have somebody like Biden or Trump and they're like, listen, you guys elect me, I'm sending Bitcoin to the moon, baby, right? That could affect the market short term, right? So, you know, I do believe, yes, it could if someone mentions it, you know, and what's said, you know, that's what I think as far as that. So let's see here. Gina said, I'm getting ready to take profits on MOG. Can you please check MOG? Yeah, I know you were telling me about MOG. Let's see here. Let's pull it up. Holy crap. Let me ask you this, Gina. Let me ask you this. Because I see Ricky saying it's too early to take profits. Let me ask you this. If you take profits right now, which I don't think is a bad idea at all. If you take profits, are you looking to reposition yourself, or are you looking to just take your profits and possibly just move on to something else? Let me ask you that. And while you answer, the reason why I ask is because, like, when you guys know, whenever I tell you, listen, I'm about to take profits, or I did take profits on, like, Milady, right? I always tell you guys, obviously, because I want to be transparent, but I always tell you guys, and with that being said, I'm long term on Milady, right? So when I take my profits, I'm always buying back in eventually on Milady if it takes 2 months down the road whenever we retrace, right? That's usually my plan because I'm long term on Milady. So I'm just asking, reposition. So Gina, the first thing I have to say, right, is that I can't give you financial advice, right? I have to say that, obviously, right? But my opinion, you see how I word everything, got to word it properly, right? My opinion would be that MOG is on a crazy run right now. You have to take in consideration MOG is running most likely for a sort of reasons, but big reason is because it's an Ethereum-based project, and Ethereum is a week away from getting approved, or not approved, but a week away from being live traded on their ETFs. So with that being said, I always would encourage anybody to take profits, you know what I'm saying, at some point, and always, just secure the bag and reposition yourself. On this right here, I would say I would be literally on the fence on this because, you have some stuff rolling out in the next week or two as far as Ethereum ETF and stuff like that, and you might see MOG continue on this run. So honestly, I know that kind of it probably even gave you even more questions. You're like, what? Wait, hold on here. Now I'm even more like, what the? You're gonna have to figure it out. Maybe and this is what I usually tell people. If you're kind of like what I just said, kind of on the fence, maybe take half, right? Move half your position. So you're still in a good position. Take half. But understand, if you sell, right, this thing could continue to pump, and you might only have half your profits there. You know what I'm saying? Or half your position now. On the other end, you only sell half your position, and let's say tomorrow the markets go down. Now you're down half your position. That's what I'm saying. It's like these this is why it's not, if we all knew the answers, we'd all be rich, right? But what I always lean on, Gina, is if you're up, depending on how much you're up, if you're up a good amount that you're like, you're like, damn, this is good, I wouldn't be upset, or try to discourage you from taking profits and possibly repositioning yourself. But remember, repositioning yourself is going to take patience, because you take profits now, you reposition yourself, you sell off, even if MOG doesn't run up, it might stay around this area for a while, and then you're going to be, you're going to not have patience. You're going to try to buy back in at the wrong time, and then it's going to dump on you or something like that. So you want to make sure that if you do decide to take profits, you need to have patience. If it's a month, 2 months down the road, whatever the case is, and you're going to have to wait for this to drop down, for you to get back in. So it's the difficulties, right? The comes with the territory as far as being in not just crypto, but just any investments, right? You can use that for real estate, stocks, freaking everything. Let me check the poll real quick. Now, remember, guys, we're not political whatsoever. I'm not being political. I don't care where you lean, whatever way you go. We're just having fun, obviously, because tonight I think it's going to be probably one of the biggest televised events other than freaking the Super Bowl. So right now we have 93% saying Trump's going to body Biden, 7% for Biden. So we shall see how that works out, right? You know, Trump is saying that they're going to have Biden they're probably going to hit him with some adrenaline before it comes out. Biden's going to be ready to whoop ass. He's going to come out there like 20 years younger. Let's see here. Let's see here. So Ricky said, too early to take profits. When we break through 52.4, we will be on the rise. We got rejected twice. The third time is a charm. Hold on. Too early to take profits. When we break through 52.4. What are you talking about? For Bitcoin? What are you talking about, Willis? Old said, I did a move today. I transferred 25% of my Bitcoin into Caspa. Nice. All right. Old said, good idea. I sold all my MOG a while back. Only taking half. All right. I respect that. Old said, oh yeah, I forgot that it's happening soon. Khalil said, I always say take profits when you made enough to change your life. I hear you, but Khalil, you want to also remember, let's say not everybody's messing with a lot of money, right? So what if, $500 profit's a lot for you? You can take that 500 and then you have opportunities to do more with that 500, right? Versus, if you just let it sit there and you're going to keep riding up and down, or like Gina said, she's trying to reposition herself. So she's trying to take profits and then possibly buy back in when we see even a 10% dip on MOG, right? Or whatever your favorite project is, she can get 10% more with using the same liquidity. But I always respect both ends. No Diddy on that one. But I respect, as far as people that want to diamond hand and hodl, because it is effective. You just have to have that serious patience. And I do respect the people that actually, that aren't scared to take that profit and reposition themselves, right? Oh, Ricky said 62.4. Okay, I hear you. I was running like 52. I was like, bro, we haven't. Then I'm thinking, is he using like pounds maybe? I was like, maybe he's using pounds, 52 pounds. So you're saying until we break above the 62.4 level? Yeah, that's where we've so far on this run. That's where we pretty much have hit our head. I told you guys this the other day. We ain't out of the woods until we break out of this trend, right? And you can see the trend is your friend. And it is technically, we're not far from the trend line, right? We're not far from the trend, but right now, if we were to run up to the trend, we would need to break 62.3. Yeah, around 62.3, 62.4, and hold up above that for us to be breaking through this trend. Until we do that, it's good to see green days, but we're really not out of the woods whatsoever right now. So Ricky said, Gina said, yes, I'm waiting for the ETFs. Okay, to take profits. Ricky said, it's always the hardest to sell when your coin is pumping. It is, and that's why. What do I always tell you guys about that greed? I'm not saying you guys are greedy, but the greed kicks in, and you're like, if I sell right now, you guys could hear it when I was just talking about different scenarios. You're like, well, if you sell, you got to understand this thing could continue to pump. That's greed right there, right? Trust me, I've had it. I've had it where I'm up $20,000 plus, and I'm like, bro, if I sell right now, I was like, but what if I can make another $1,000, $2,000? I'm like, that's greed, right? That's greed right there. I'm not saying that you don't deserve to make as much money as possible in your investments. I'm just saying, if you're up like crazy and you're worried about, missing out on a few percent or whatever the case is, it can be considered greed, and that greed will wreck you. It really will. Old said, I'm going to buy back with that 25% of Bitcoin when Let's see here. Buy back that 25% Bitcoin when and if some profits happen with some higher risk plays. I hear you. I hear you. So right now we are 88% Trump. Biden's at 12%. You know, I really was thinking about broadcasting, not broadcasting, but basically airing the debate, right? Because I mean, I feel like it can be crypto related, you know. But I got word. YouTube hit me up, not me particularly, but just hit up all YouTubers and basically said that they got a notice from the news channel that's actually airing the debate. And they said that they were told you're not allowed to rebroadcast it. If you notice, if you look at some other YouTubers, like they'll show you, like whenever we have the CPI reports, Jerome Powell speaking, stuff like that. You know, that they don't come after them for copyright. But for this particular program, they said that you're not allowed to rebroadcast on your channel for the debate. So a lot of people are speculating because they don't want people to basically be able to fact check and all that good stuff. You know, because if you think about it, most people watch YouTube, right? So if people are airing the debate on YouTube, people are going to watch it, and you can talk about it on the chat, you know, and people can fact check live. I don't think a certain party doesn't want that, right? So Ricky said, I love this world. Crypto changed my life, and I hope everyone can feel the same excitement that we will eventually experience. Hell yeah. So let's see here. So anti-crypto Republican Jamal Bowman, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, defeated a New York Democrat primary. So let's see here. Staunch anti-crypto candidate Jamal Bowman, a representative for New York's 16th congressional district, lost his state primary election Tuesday night to Westchester County Executive George Lindemere amid growing political tensions over digital assets. This race was never about me and me alone. It was never about this district and this district alone, Bowen said in a speech shortly following the election results. It was always about all of us. Now our opponents, not opponent, may have won this round at this time in this place, but this will be a battle for our humanity and justice for the rest of our lives. They lose, and it's like the world's going to end now that I'm not in office. Bowman, who has received support from the likes of Senator Bernie Sanders, take note, guys, Congressman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, and the Senator Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren is the biggest enemy to crypto. Just remember that. And this guy was sitting here befriending all these people because they're in his party. But I mean, like, he's literally part of that squad. Had previously received flack from members of the crypto community for his stance towards digital assets. Bowman voted against the largely bipartisan-backed Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, FIT 21. Remember, we covered this heavily just a month ago when this was going down, and remember who vowed to veto it, right? Remember, Biden vowed to veto when this got passed. This bill it ended up getting passed at the last minute because Biden got word that anything against crypto right now is going to cost him the race. So what did he do? He hightailed it and he backtracked because he had to, right? Remember that. Remember what these people have been doing that are in office. They're against crypto. Gary Gensler, the SEC, Elizabeth Warren, all these people are all under the current administration, and they take order from the administration, and they've been nothing but against crypto, right? So, FIT 21, just to bring it back up to speed, remember, this bill was passed, but it was about to get basically vetoed after it got passed because, remember, the president can veto any bill that comes across. He's the ultimate last person that has to sign off for the bill to go into effect, right? He has the power to veto, meaning he can say nope even after the House votes it and agrees to pass the bill. Well, he said he was going to veto it. This bill is to make it easier for banks to work with crypto and the crypto industry as far as just making it easier for their users and the bank industry to hold on to crypto. Why did they want this to be not passed? Well, you have Elizabeth Warren that is paid from the banks. These people are in the pockets of the banks, and they absolutely hate crypto, right? They're going to tell you that they're looking out for us. They're going to tell you it's because of all the illegal activities on crypto and blah, 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 right? But in all due reality, when you look at who's funding their campaigns and who funds them to keep them financially up, it's banks. And you're thinking, well, wait, the banks are trying to get to where, yeah, but if the banks can't have it, they want to take it out, right? So now that this bill can get passed, now you'll probably see the stance on Elizabeth probably change a little bit, because now the people here, her donors, are like, well, okay, now that we're able to start making money off of crypto, let's fall back a little bit. Let's actually let's let some things happen here. So take it easy and stop going against crypto. And she's gonna be like, all right, sir, you got it. Just keep sending me money. So the now Austin congressman also voted against a since vetoed resolution in May that would effectively disavow the United States Security and Exchange. Look at that. And then this guy right here that got kicked out. He lost. This guy pulled the fire alarm in the Congress, right? Pulled whenever there was something big going on. I don't remember, but the dude pulled the fire alarm, so everybody had to run out. Absolutely crazy, the world that we're living in right now, guys, with these people. It's literally, it's insane. You can't even make half this stuff up. Robert, what's going on? Jay said, watch the market fluctuate. Old said, I have to get back to moving, everyone. I wish I could stay longer. Everyone have a good day. Thanks, Crypto Fud, for your live stream, buddy. No worries, bro. Enjoy moving, because we know that is not fun. Not fun. Flip said Trump was against crypto too, bro. Yeah, Flip, listen. He was 100% against crypto. And we covered this, right? Remember, we're not getting political. I don't care who the hell you vote for. You do what you got to do, right? We all lean towards one way. Trump was 100% very vocal and was against crypto. 100%. 4 years ago, right? But since then, he has changed his tune, and he's not just changed it just a month ago. He's changed it in the last year. He has changed it now. You can say, well, it's a political move. Possibly, right? I will not disagree with you whatsoever, right? Whatsoever. But he has changed his rhetoric on as far as crypto. Basically, his first when he was being negative against Bitcoin particularly, was saying his exact words: anything that competes with the dollar, I will never support, right? That was his main thing that he was saying. Now, a year ago, he comes out and he's like, listen, honestly, Bitcoin, he's like, I don't really understand Bitcoin, but I can respect it, right? It's not against the dollar. I can respect Bitcoin. Now you go fast forward to even in the last few months, he's like, listen, I really think that crypto's on to something big here. We need to stop sending these central exchanges across sea. We need to keep crypto in America and have America the hub for crypto, right? Now, those are all words, right? Those are all words, Flip. Let's talk about action. Who has been going against crypto? Who has been attacking crypto? Gary Gensler, the SEC. Guess who his boss is, bro? Yeah. We all know who his boss is. Gary Gensler, if Trump gets in office, Gary Gensler is probably going to get fired, most likely. Or he'll take a, like where he'll just leave, on his own recognizance. But dude's probably going to get fired, most likely. So, let's see here. Ben said, any news on NFK merch or the new NFTs, or are you waiting for us to pump a little bit more? So, Ben, we actually, thank you for reminding me, we are... So what was taking so long was what we were going to do is we were going to have the merch to where you guys can buy it directly off of YouTube. Meaning you guys can directly buy it off of my channel. If you guys see on some other channels, they'll have merchandise where you can just buy right under the video. We were going to do it to make it easier for our international people. But what we're going to do for right now is Jer, which is his name's Blue on the chat. It's Jer in the Discord. He's going to be setting it up to where we're going to be just selling through the Discord as far as merchandise for right now, just to get everything out to all the community. And then from there on, we might move the store over to YouTube. So just look out for it. We're probably in the next, like, I would say the next week or two, he's going to be announcing the exact what everything looks like, the prices, and where you guys can actually go to order everything. Let me check. Is the YouTube running? It's like hourglassing. Oh, there it is. But yeah, we also are, like, for anything else, anything that we have. Remember I told you guys we had some big things. We still do have it all, everything set up. We've kind of put everything since the last month on a pause, but now that we're starting to move back up, you guys can expect that we're going to be announcing some big things here coming up soon. So, but I'm not trying to spill the beans or anything like that and get, because we finally got all those piece of beeps out, all those paper hands. So, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I really am. I'm liking that I'm seeing that the actual community is the ones that are taking advantage of these dips and just building their bags. Right? That's exactly what the goal was, for people to just get, move on. Anybody that was just here to basically make some quick profit and hurt the project, we wanted them to just kind of just move on. So, just looking at the numbers here. Yeah, so let's pull up here. These are going to be the Fed. Oh, yeah, you know what? And that makes me, that reminds me, tomorrow morning, guys, we're going to have a morning stream. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have a morning stream. We do have the core PCE numbers dropping tomorrow morning at 8:30. So we are going to be having a morning stream. It's going to be tomorrow at around 8:15 a.m. So if you are up early, this is in the States Eastern Standard Time. So I know we have people across the globe. So just set your time. This is good for Universal Time. It's going to be at 12:30, but Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, we will be going live around 8 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to be basically watching live the markets for the core PCE, and I might just open up a long or a short. We'll have to see how this plays out, guys. Philly said we need to get more eyes on NFK. 100% agree with you. What's going on, Donald? I 100% agree with you, bro. I do agree with you. You know why we haven't been, Billy, because of the moves that we've had in the last month. I really didn't want to just start promoting like crazy, because the charts, obviously we're bullish. We know long-term where we're headed. But if you bring someone new and you're like, here, look at this chart, they're going to be like, it's down like crazy, right? And they don't know anything about the community. They don't know anything about what we have going on. So they're going to be like, yeah, and they're going to probably move on. But if we can do it at the perfect time, when we're back up, 50, 100% from where we're at right now, and that we're back up running, our liquidity, Solana's back up and running, our market cap's back up, at maybe getting close to that $1 million mark, that's when it's going to be most effective for us to start running those ads again, running the marketing, hitting the social medias up, just doing everything that we were doing previously that had us run up to almost a $3 million market cap. But this time, we're not going to stop at those levels. We're going to continue to get to where we were talking about prior, 10, 20, $100 million or more. So, but don't worry, bro. It's like a freaking chess game. So right now we're kind of in that, like I said, we're in that period where, we're trying to bore all that paper hands out and just let them move on. Good riddance. And then we're gonna activate the rockets. Troy said, Philly said, let's effing go. Troy said, I'm still filling out, just out stuffing. Hold on. I'm still filling Just out of stuffing at the moment. Oh, I hear you. Jay said, let's go. Feeling bullish for tonight, bearish for the morning. Possibly, bro. Possibly. We'll have to see how it goes. Like I said, for the debate, I don't think it's going to be anything really too much for the market other than possibly if you know, crypto will be probably mentioned maybe 1 or 2 times in there. We'll have to see how it goes, right? We'll have to see how they talk about it. But you better believe if someone, even if it's Joe Biden, no matter what, if any of them say like, oh, we're going to send Bitcoin to the moon, or we're going to build Bitcoin back better in America, you better believe Bitcoin's going to start running. Bitcoin's going to start running if something like that happens. They're not going to be negative to crypto. They're not going to be negative. I feel you, Philly. I'm right here with you, bro. Likewise. So, guys, like I said, tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m., we will have our morning stream. Tomorrow, I think we're going to have some, it's going to be some it's going to be some basically volatility in the market, possibly. The markets don't look bad right now. Honestly, what kind of leads me to think that we might not see nothing too crazy for tomorrow as far as the PCE, core PCE price coming out and stuff like that. I really don't think that it's, I honestly think it's going to be a nothing burger, but we're always going to be here for those morning streams, so we'll definitely map it out and see what happens with all that. And like I said, I'm going to open up the stream probably around 8 a.m., fill the market out, and then you guys can kind of see what I'm going to do as far as opening up a long or a short for tomorrow for either Bitcoin or Solana. So we'll see how that plays out. But Solana's looking good. We did hit our head at this 151. So that's going to be a big spot that we're going to need to keep retesting and eventually hopefully break out. So I was forming some kind of a small bull flag right here, but you can see it already played out towards the upside. So nothing too much on that one. Ricky, there you go, said, what are your thoughts on the Fetch merger? Is it an opportunity or a loss? I think it's going to be an opportunity, but as you can see, a lot of people are selling off on particularly Fetch right now with anticipation of the merger, right? So people could be selling off on Fetch right now. I don't know. I'm not familiar with how the merger is going. Is it going to be like if you hold on to a certain amount of Fetch, then you can trade your coins in for the new merge token, or I don't know what the exact terms are, but for whatever reason, you're seeing that obviously Fetch and Singularity are down today in regards to that merger. So people could be just taking profit on Fetch and then possibly waiting to jump in. I would use it as a new project dropping, right? And you know how I always say new projects when they drop, I usually kind of let them play themselves out a little bit, because it will be massive volatility, when it first drops for the most part, right? You don't see a lot of merging in crypto. I've seen it a few times, but nothing like where I'm like, oh, I remember this time that this did that and that. You don't really, I can't really recall the last time it's done that, so I can't tell you offhand what I'm expecting other than volatility, possibly people looking at how Fetch is down right now. People are possibly selling out, and basically sitting on the sidelines and going to probably wait out, the next move as far as the merge and let it play itself out, because usually when you see a project drop, you're going to see a big sell pressure, or a big sell off at the beginning. So but we'll see how that plays out, guys. Let me see here. I think we covered all the crypto news. We have the Fed meeting coming up in about a month from now. Still calling, and it's crazy now. The whole market's calling for September, guys. I'm telling you, they're following our wave. Telling you, we called for September 2 months ago. And now everybody's screaming September, the first Fed ease or decrease in interest rates. Ricky said has been holding Fetch since 40 cents. Just wondering if I'll stay the same or maybe just make a hit. I mean, that's something you got to decide, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, me personally, I'm going to tell you straight up, Ricky, and I don't want this to deteriorate. I just want you to take what I'm saying and just you do your own thing with it. But I would have probably sold off, like, and I know it's hindsight saying, oh, yeah, it was convenient to say this, but I probably would have sold off on my fetch probably like a few days ago, most likely, because, like I already told you, the merge, you hear that stuff, you see what happens today, right? You see what's happening. People are taking profits or just moving their assets. They're moving their position probably over to USDC right now. They're gonna get back into the project, but they want to let all the smoke clear, on the new merge. So, that's something you need to decide as far as like, because I mean you're up right now. If you bought in at 40 cents, you're up. You've already 3x'd your stuff. So I mean, you could easily, reposition yourself possibly. But that's something you need to decide. But other than that, guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I thank you guys so much for being here. Tomorrow we will be bright and early, 8 a.m. I will have the cameras going, right? So you guys can see my beautiful face in the morning, and you guys can see if I'm going to make some good moves or bad moves as far as long or shorten the market tomorrow. So make sure if you guys are up early, or it might be midday over there where you're at in Australia. You never know. 8 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time, we will have our morning stream, guys. All right. I thank you again. Hope you guys have a wonderful night tonight. Be safe out there. Make sure on your way out, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit the subscribe. Enjoy get your popcorn ready for the debate tonight. 93% are saying Trump, 7% Biden. I just hope we get a good debate, right? That's all I hope. I honestly hope there's no insults. Just freaking tell us what you're going to do, and let's just get down to the nitty gritty. No insults. Let's keep all the personal crap to themselves, right? So, Adam said the Fed sucks. I hear you, bro. All right, guys. Well, listen, you guys have a wonderful night. Hit me up on Discord if you need anything. I will see you guys all here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys. See you later.